Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for Manchester United latest news. Again, it's a pre-recorded video, so it'll be shorter than a live stream. But look, a few little bits to talk about. I thought we'd jump on and do a show. A few main news that we're seeing. Obviously, you see Thomas Tuchel on the screen. I want to talk about Jadon Sancho too. Just want to talk about him. A bit about Erik ten Hag. And much because they never want to have pre-recorded videos no longer than 20 minutes because then I feel like that's a bit too much. But look, hope everybody as well. Before we get stuck into the video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Be much appreciated. And do follow all our socials, links in the description. Be much appreciated as always. But look, let's start off by talking about Thomas Tuchel. David Ornstein's come out. There's a lot of news coming out around Thomas Tuchel, Manchester United. You're getting to the nitty gritty, and we're in a shitty stage when we're back to being linked with managers. Put your hand up if you thought the days of looking for a manager to replace Ten Hag, or just who thought the days were over when we had to look for another manager. Put your hand up, because I did. After the season we had last season, I thought finally no more talks about who else is going to be in the manager of Manchester United if so-and-so gets sacked. We're back. And it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to be back a year and a bit after. But look, this is the stage we're in. Obviously, Ten Hag is still the Manchester United manager. For how long? Well, that's the question everyone is asking, and we haven't got an answer as of yet. I'm still Erik ten Hag in. Okay, the way we're playing at the moment is shocking. I'm not happy with the club. I'm not happy with Ten Hag, the players. I still feel like some of the players should get shipped off. I feel like Ten Hag needs to get his act together. And the replacements to take over, if Ten Hag is to be sacked, are not convincing. It's not. I mean, you look at Liverpool, for example, who, as much as I hate them, I'm talking about them, they struggle looking for a manager. They found one. How would he do? Hopefully bad. But look, let's see what happens there. But look, Manchester United. So coming out from David Ornstein, who was on Sky, he's come out and said Thomas Tuchel wants a Manchester United job. He says, when you're looking at these candidates or potential candidates, our understanding is that Thomas Tuchel does want the Man United job if there's a vacancy. Thomas Tuchel has booked TNT Sports, and he has said Thomas Tuchel on a potential return to the Premier League. He says, I'd rather not answer, but it's no secret that I loved it at Chelsea, I loved it in England, and I loved it in the Premier League for sure. It was a very, very special time in England. So you look at what David Ornstein has went and said. He's a very, very good journalist or news man. We'll say journalist. I mean, look, out of the managers that we've been linked with in De Zerbi, Gareth Southgate, who else? Though we've been linked with someone absolutely ridiculous. I feel like I'm actually missing someone. We were linked with Zidane, which it's never happening, like it or not. We were linked with crazy Manchester. We were linked with crazy people. And look, I'm going to say it, and disagree with me if you want in the comments, but if Ten Hag was to be sacked, and the managers that we've been linked with, I mean, it's a shame we haven't been linked to it. Amran from Sporting, because I wouldn't mind Amran to manage Manchester United, but again, that's it. I mean, if Ten Hag is to be sacked, I wouldn't mind Amran on Manchester United. I want Ten Hag to remain. It's just to throw that out there. But I mean, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Thomas Tuchel. I think he's leaving Bayern at the end of the season. I mean, look, by the time I'm recording this, they're playing Real Madrid in a few hours in the Champions League second leg. But Bayern this season haven't been the best. Bayer Leverkusen didn't really have a lot of hard work to do to win the Bundesliga. I just feel like if he's not doing great at Bayern in a league where, look, no disrespect, but it's not a highly competitive league yet. I know they have Borussia Dortmund, Bayer Leverkusen, Leipzig. I mean, I wouldn't watch the German league, the Bundesliga, that much, to be brutally honest, unless it's their team is playing the Champions League or Manchester United. But I just don't. Look, I know he's won the Champions League with Chelsea not long after he came in. He's won a few trophies at his time. In France, managing PSG, French Super Cup, a League Cup, a French Cup. Then he won a German Cup with Dortmund. Then he won the title with PSG, a Super Cup with Chelsea, the UEFA Super Cup, of course. Then he won a FIFA Club World Cup with Chelsea. He won the Bundesliga with Bayern last season, I think it was. He got the world's best club coach with Chelsea in the 2020-21 season, and then again, like we said, he won a Champions League with Chelsea. So I mean, look, he had more success at Chelsea than he did with probably the other clubs he's managed. To be fair, I think if you win a Champions League with any team, it's a success. Obviously, when he managed the under 19s, he won it with Stuttgart and Mainz when he managed them. But look, if the manager that will into it, I would prefer Tuchel, but he would not be my go-to man. This is what I'm saying, that the managers that will into it are just not. They're just not it. I can't be convinced and say, yeah, right, fair enough. That's music to my ears if Ten Hag unfortunately gets sacked. But like I said, as much as I want Ten Hag to remain, I just find it hard to see that he does remain, which is a shame, because I really want the Ten Hag to succeed. I like Ten Hag. Any manager that has managed Manchester United or will manage Manchester United, I hope they succeed. You know what I mean? But we just haven't had a lot of success since Fergie left. Probably more with Mourinho. Unfortunately, things don't go well. But I mean, look at Thomas Tuchel's time when he was coming to the end of his reign at Chelsea. When they sacked him, didn't go well. So yeah, we can look at Tuchel and say, well, he does this, and this. When him and his team crash, they crash. A bit like managers that have managed Manchester United over the years, and we're sort of seeing it now. When Manchester United crash, there's no reversing that car. It's crashed. It's staying there. It's in bits. Someone has to tow it away, and that's it. It's still a smashed car, but it's on the back of a tow truck. Everyone's happy, and then the tow truck gets crashed, and then we're all fucked. So I just don't know. But Petty Gold has come out and said Tuchel is tempted to get Manchester United back on track. Showed Eric Ten Hag leave the club in the summer, but there is still no concrete discussions taken of Manchester United with its tradition, quality and power is a big goal of Tuchel. However, he also does not rule out a return to Chelsea, but he does not see his mission there as finished yet. So I mean, look, he wouldn't mind coming back to Manchester. He wouldn't mind coming to Manchester United, but he also wouldn't mind going back to Chelsea if Pochettino failed there, which I was surprised if Chelsea sacked Pochettino. I just don't know. I mean, it'd be interesting to see now when we do a live show, because I feel like we've been linked with Tuchel more than other managers. And, supposedly, a few days ago, Ten Hag, Bayern. Obviously, I don't think that's going ahead, but, you would not be surprised if Ten Hag, say, goes to Bayern and then Thomas Tuchel comes to Manchester United. And it's going to be very interesting to see what Ineos do, because Ineos have a lot of big decisions to make with the manager, with the players, the whole 9 yards. They have a lot of decisions to make. Probably a lot more decisions than they expected to, but fortunately, that's. I mean, when they interested in buying the club, we're sort of in a better place since we kind of went up and then straight down again. Unfortunately, we broke a few legs on the way. Literally, players are getting injured every day of the week, every night and day. But yeah, I really don't know, because I'm sitting here and I don't want Ten Hag to get sacked, but then I also have to take it out of my head and put something else in my head and think, well, if he does get sacked, who would you prefer then? I feel a bit more relaxed with Tuchel, but I don't feel confident, which is weird because, yeah, he's done well with the clubs he's managed. I think he's won I think every club he's kind of came into, every club that Tuchel has managed, he's managed to win a trophy or two with that team he's managed. You know, PSG, Mainz, Stuttgart, Dortmund, Chelsea. You know, Bayern. He has won trophies with clubs, but things don't go well for long. Things don't go well for long. And look, I've seen on Twitter some Manchester United fans will be more than happy for Tuchel to manage Manchester United, but you have to forget that yes, he won trophies. When he fails, he fails. And if Bayern are getting rid of him in a league where it's, like I said, it's not a whole lot competitive, 2 or 3 teams, that's the most. You can say it about the Premier League now, to be really honest, but you know what I'm trying to say. And I mean, you look at the players that Bayern have, and yeah, it's a bit weird with Bayern. They're in the Champions League semi-final, haven't won a trophy yet this season, I think. He has one of the best strikers in the world in Harry Kane, and he's going to be leaving the club in the summer. So it's a bit of a weird situation with Bayern. Like I said, I haven't watched them a lot. You know, I mean, when he managed Chelsea, you know, they didn't do too bad there. Didn't take them long to win a Champions League with Chelsea. But it'll be interesting to see. Like, I would not be surprised. Honestly, I'm going to say here, I would not be surprised if that man is wearing wearing Manchester United kit, wearing the Manchester United clothing, or has standing Old Trafford with a jersey come the summer. I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because the way things are going, like I'm sitting here now, and before I came on and even pressed record, I had what I was going to say, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, hold on, what the hell? Get me head together, and it's hard to. It really, really is hard to. But Chris Wheeler has put a bit of news out saying face-to-face conversations between the Man United squad and Brailsford have centred on changing the club's culture, leading players to assume Eric Ten Hag has no longer figures in Sir Jim Ratcliffe's plans. Man United players think that Eric Ten Hag will be sacked at the end of the season. This is understood to be affecting their response to his instructions in matches and training. So again, look at the back of the players too. That said, they probably know that he's not going to be here come summertime. But you have to listen to your mind and what, boys. Let's do what we want to. You know, it's like when your teacher is out sick and you know, the substitute comes in. You know, you're going to take the piss out of that teacher, aren't you? Because you know that. Let's take the piss out of this teacher today because, you know, they don't know me. I don't know them. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's a bit like that at the moment at Manchester United. They're not going to listen. They don't listen. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan of Tuchel, but he's probably the only one that you could say. Like, if I had to say here, if I had to ask you questions in the comments and answer in the comments, which I appreciate. With the managers we're being linked with, who would you prefer? Because we're linked with Southgate and Tuchel. That's the main 2 names I'm seeing at the moment. If Eric Ten Hag is sacked, they're the main 2, you know, candidates. If Ten Hag is to get sacked, and I want to ask you that question. I mean, look, he seems to be interested in the job if it becomes available. You know, if David Ornstein is coming out saying that, well, then it must be true. You know, it's not like anyone else. So it's going to be interesting to see. It really, really is going to be interesting to see what happens with Tuchel in the summer. But again, let us know in the comments, what would you do? What would you do with Thomas Tuchel in the summer? That's my main question. But again, it's going to be very, very interesting to see. But like I said, if Ten Hag's time just looks to be coming to an end, you know, if we haven't been talking to any managers, I again believe that or not, but if Chris Wheeler's come out and said that the player Ten Hag be sacked in the summer and Ten Hag is no longer figures in Solskjaer and Ratcliffe's plans, well, then that sort of gives you a bit of an idea that he's gone, which is a shame. But look, Thomas Tuchel to Manchester United, he seems to be interested in the job if it becomes available. Let us know in the comments whether you would take him. If you do, let us know. If you do, let us know why. If you don't, let us know why. Be much, much appreciated. I know someone watching this want Ten Hag in, but if you do or not, just let me know why you'd want him, why you'd want Tuchel to manage Manchester United, or why you wouldn't want Tuchel to come to manage Manchester United. And he would prefer to. Much, much appreciated. Now, next up, I want to talk about a man who will be in the Champions League final. Jadon Sancho. I was thinking of something there. Current Manchester United player. I mean, I don't know. But according to Dan Sheldon, most of Jadon Sancho's €4 million loan bonus has already been released. However, Manchester United will not receive the full amount as one of the clauses is linked to Bundesliga standings, and Dortmund are only in 5th place in the Bundesliga. I mean, Sancho's performances at Dortmund have been very, very good. They've been very good. It has to be said. His performances, especially, I watched them, in the Champions League a few times this season, and I watched them play last week against PSG in the first leg and second leg yesterday. He honestly, I think the best thing that could have happened to Sancho was what happened. Back to Dortmund. And look, I don't think he'll be a Manchester United player. I think he'll be gone. I think he'll actually go to Dortmund. I do. I think he does a lot better there. I think he does very well at Dortmund. And look, I'm not happy with what Sancho has done, between him and Ten Hag. I felt like the players should just apologise and moved on. But it just goes to show that, I can't remember the last time Jadon Sancho put on a good performance when he's at Manchester United. I just don't think... I honestly get the feeling that he just doesn't want to be at the club. I mean, I don't think many current Manchester United players want to be at the club either, but Jadon Sancho was not hiding the fact. Some players can, some players can't, and Jadon Sancho was one that's not hiding the fact. And the fact that he's at Dortmund, smashing it, could win the Champions League, that sort of tells you that, he's on loan, they could buy him. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how much we can get for him. I mean, look, I always said the only way Sancho will, would have a chance to come back to Manchester United if Erik Ten Hag is to get sacked. I mean, look, the new manager could potentially... Again, I'll keep saying new manager. I really hate that we're sitting here talking about a new manager. Jesus. You know what? I think everyone would actually prefer if Ineos came out and said, right, Ten Hag is either going to be staying or not. Because then as fans and the players and Ten Hag can be like, right, now we can look forward and, right, what am I going to do now? Because it's fucking ridiculous. It is. It's shit. But anyway, Sancho, depending on who's the manager, they may try and get him back, but I personally would not be surprised if Sancho says, look, I'm not going back there. Don't want to go back there. Never done well there. Didn't get treated well there by the manager, whatever. Let's move on. I mean, look, he still has friends there, Marcus Rashford and stuff, and probably a few others, obviously. They're teammates, but looking at Sancho, I think he's in a better place, and I don't think he'd want to come back to the place he didn't do well at. And it's a big shame. Because the way he's playing, a lot of clubs probably be interested in him now after the way he's playing. Dortmund will probably be one of the clubs, if not be surprised. Well, look, let us know in the comments, what do you think will happen with Jadon Sancho? And how do you think he's performed at Dortmund? But look, this has been the Manchester United latest news. 20 minutes is the game. Please let us know your thoughts on the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please do comment your thoughts on Thomas Tuchel. Just give us your overall view about Jadon Sancho too, how you think he's performed at Manchester United. I've been Dean. This has been the Manchester United latest news on the United Way. Thanks for watching.